All right, welcome back to our final segment with Susan Asher of Asher PR. Susan, once again, thank you so much for coming out today and talking to us about what exactly a PR firm does. And I'd like to share with you a little bit what I've learned and how I think this can really benefit the business owners that may be tuning in and people that may be finding themselves starting up a new business. In our previous segments and some of the other video installments we've done here, we've brought some business consultants, some business coaches, and some other thriving business. And one of the things that we learned from them is make sure to choose something that you're passionate about. Choose a business that when you're looking to get into something that you just have a passion for. And then once you do, you want to build a mission statement and create a value. And then you want to let everybody know what that mission is, and from your clients to your customers to your team, you want to broadcast that. And as you move forward and your company starts to become branded, I think one of the great ways you can utilize a company like Asher PR is getting that word out there through newsworthy stories and getting back to your passion. If you're passionate about something, you're going to want to be honest about what you're doing. And this is where someone like Susan can come in and find that story and find that element and help you flesh out what it is about your company or your business that is newsworthy. And that may not be the case right now, or it could be something that you and someone like Susan can work together to find a great newsworthy story. Susan also shared some great tips for you to do something right now, which is the internet easing articles, that you can write articles about your company or business. You can use this free service right now. Write interesting articles, get them up there on the internet with the links back to your business. And the more articles you write out there, the next someone searches a keyword in your industry, who knows, maybe this easing article will pop up with a link back to your company and kind of help you out with some internet traffic, which is something I think a lot of people are looking for. HelpAReporterOut.com was another tip that Susan shared with us, which was key especially if you're in networking. I think if you'll get emails, 3 emails a day, and this gentleman is looking to connect a story with a reporter, and so there may be someone that you know that has a story that can connect, that you can connect with that reporter. Or you may be the supplier of that story yourself. So Susan, once again, thanks so much for coming on, and it's again one of the biggest things that I've learned from having you here today is that over 60% of the articles that you see today are culled from the hands of someone like Susan and from your expertise, and I think that's just really very surprising to me. Well, Susan, let's kind of wrap things up here. And if someone is interested in contacting you and contacting your firm, what should they do, and how? Walk me through a typical initial consultation. Is this something that you do? Do you do phone consultations? Do you meet with people? What's that like for folks?
I do both, and they can contact me. The best way is by email. Susan K. Asher, SusanKasher @yahoo.com. My website is asherpr.com, and a normal consultation would be somebody normally does email me, let me know a little bit about them. I'll call them back like within a day, and we'll have a conversation over the phone. I try to understand about the prospect and his or her business and try and see what they are trying to accomplish. And if I feel I can help them, then I'll let them know. If I feel what they've got out there, what they are seeing as PR in their eyes, they might see it as a newsworthy story, and I might not see it as a newsworthy story. And if so, I'll tell them, and they'll move on to someone else who will tell them otherwise. You know, some PR people might think that something is newsworthy that I don't. But I'll be honest and say, you know, I don't see a story there, but tell me a little bit more about your company or what other things you're doing, and maybe there's a story somewhere else. Maybe there's a better pitch. And I run across that a lot. People will send a pitch out to newspapers, CNN, whatever, and they get nothing, and they contact me. I send out a different pitch, and I get hits. Well,
Gotcha.
they didn't know what was newsworthy.
One thing before you go that I want to address that I kind of forgot to before is there's a lot of talk about newspapers in general slowly going away. And from your perspective, I know you have a heartbeat on a lot of your contacts in the newspaper world. Is that something that is happening? And then is that hurting your industry? Or is that something that's just you're kind of shifting more to a internet digital form, so forth?
Well, all of the above. I mean, it is the newspaper industry and magazines, they are suffering and they're falling to the wayside. And our paper here, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, just laid off, probably about for the 6th layoff in a couple of years. Just again last week, more people. So yeah, we're not in a good state right now, but you do have to shift. So what do you do? Since they're not writing local business stories anymore, or they're very few and far between, what else can we do? Okay, here in Atlanta, we have got morning magazine TV shows, things like Good Day Atlanta, and in most towns out there, they'll have something like this, and a PR person would have access to them. They could do the research to find out what are the local shows there. I get clients on a couple of those morning TV shows. Perhaps there's something they could get on the local TV news if there's something really going on newsworthy. You had mentioned before about doing something for Habitat Humanity. I think we talked about that on air.
We did.
Okay. Then I would contact the TV stations about that. Not that I would not contact the newspaper, but you've got to do lots of contacts, just as you did before. But you also might want to write a story yourself about it. I would recommend that and put it on your website if you're the XYZ window and door company, and put it up on webzines, and there'll be lots of humanitarian sites out there as well as the Habitat for Humanity site.
All right, so yeah, I just wanted to kind of broach that before you took off and kind of shed some light and educate me on that trend and definitely some alternatives. Looking for opportunity, and yes, that while the newspapers and magazines are feeling a slowdown, there are definitely other avenues, and the TV shows and the
Shows like this, this is on an internet show, and there are podcasts out there.
right.
And you could do your own, on your website.
Different ways. We got to think outside the box. I think
Yes.
right now you got to do that. Well, thanks once again, Susan, for coming on to Thrive America. And our goal here is that we can help one business, maybe someone today gain some information from you, some insight, and can apply some of this to their business. So thanks so much for your time today, and we'll see you next time here on Thrive America.